The Legend of Zal and Rudabeh, a Persian epic of love and destiny. The great hero Zal, whose hair shone like moonlight and whose wisdom was whispered about in every corner of Persia, had been raised not by human hands but by the divine Simurgh in the lofty peaks of the Alborz mountains. Though he had now taken his rightful place as champion and commander in his father Sam's court in Sistan, a restlessness lingered in his soul, a feeling that his destiny held something more than battles and councils. It was this restlessness that led him to accept a diplomatic mission to the neighboring kingdom of Kabul, a land of lush gardens and ancient rivalries. The air itself seemed different there, scented with jasmine and mystery. As Zal entered the court of King Merab, a descendant of the dark legacy of Zahak, every eye turned to behold the legendary white-haired prince. But Zal's own gaze was drawn upward to a lattice balcony veiled in silk, where two luminous eyes watched him with an intensity that made his breath catch. Those eyes belonged to Rudabeh, the princess of Kabul, whose beauty was so renowned that poets claimed the moon itself paused in its journey to admire her. She had heard tales of the mysterious warrior from Sistan, the child abandoned in the mountains, raised by a mythical bird, who had returned to become a peerless hero. Curious and captivated, she whispered to her most trusted handmaiden, "Tell me of this man whose hair carries the color of wisdom and whose presence commands the wind itself." That night, as a silver moon hung over the palace gardens, Rudabeh slipped away from her chambers. She found Zal beside a marble fountain, playing a melody so haunting that the nightingales had fallen silent to listen. Without turning, he spoke softly, "A princess should not wander alone in the shadows, yet the night is brighter now that you have come." Startled but emboldened, Rudabeh stepped forward. "They say you understand the language of birds and beasts. Is it true you learned the secrets of the world from the Simurgh?" Zal finally turned, and in his eyes, she saw not just a warrior, but a scholar and a poet. "I have learned the speech of eagles and the songs of streams," he replied, "but no creature has ever spoken a word worthy of describing you." Thus began a series of secret meetings in the moonlit gardens, where they shared stories, dreams, and laughter. Zal spoke of his childhood in the mountains, of the Simurgh's teachings, and of his love for the wild, untamed parts of the world. Rudabeh, in turn, spoke of her life behind silken walls, of her longing for freedom, and of her belief that love could bridge even the deepest divides. With each passing night, their bond deepened, a connection not just of hearts, but of souls, but love rarely blooms unchallenged. King Merab, discovering their meetings, erupted in fury. "He is an Iranian, a descendant of our enemies. I would rather see Kabul buried in dust than my daughter wed to Sam's son." He forbade Rudabeh from leaving her chambers and threatened to declare war on Sistan if Zal did not leave at once. Heartbroken but undefeated, Zal returned to Sistan. There, he confided in his father, the venerable Sam, who saw in his son's eyes a determination that could not be ignored. "Love is a force greater than pride or prejudice," Sam declared. "We will not let old hatred steal your future." Together, they devised a plan, not of swords, but of words. Sam sent messengers to Kabul bearing gifts and letters of peace, emphasizing Zal's nobility, wisdom, and the honor he would bring to their kingdom. Meanwhile, Rudabeh, confined to her rooms, refused to surrender. Through her handmaiden, she sent Zal a message woven into a silk scarf: "If my father will not open the gates, I will grow wings and fly to you." Touched by her courage, Zal responded with a vow that would echo through the ages: "I have faced mountains and monsters, but nothing frightens me more than a world without you. If diplomacy fails, I will tear down every wall between us." Moved by the persistence of the messengers and the sincerity of Zal's love, Merab's heart began to soften. He consulted his advisors, who reminded him that alliances built on love are stronger than those built on fear. Finally, he granted his blessing. And the gates of Kabul swung open once more. Their wedding was a spectacle of joy and reconciliation. Guests from both kingdoms gathered in gardens strewn with rose petals, and the air resonated with music and laughter. It was said that even the Simurgh circled high above, casting a benevolent shadow over the celebration. From that day forward, Zal and Rudabeh ruled with wisdom and compassion, proving that love could indeed conquer even the deepest hatreds. Enjoyed this? Subscribe for more.